Good morning, YouTube. It is Sunday morning, and we're going to try and get that printer running today. And I think I can. I believe we can. I just got to get it back down here so I can work on it. I need to get like a lift gate for it. Because it's not that heavy. It's heavy, but it's not that heavy. It's just bulky. Don't need that no more. Make sure I don't catch the cord. Oh, crap. And there she is. Down where we can actually work on her. So what's everyone up to? Who's around? Nobody yet. So it's time to line up the belts and stuff and tension them up a little bit, which means I got to get over there because that's where all my, where are they? All my, where's my bucket of, little coffee can of zip ties? Where are my zip ties? I need my zip ties. Kind of dead in the water without them. There's the big ones, but the big ones aren't really a good idea here. Don't I have any more purple? I thought I had a buttload of them purple ones. Well, I got some little blue ones here. I guess I can use those. Most of them are going to get used once and then cut and then used again anyway, so that won't be an issue. I guess I got to get some more purple ones. That ain't going to happen. But these will work for now. These will work for now. Oh, crap. Crap. Ah-dee-da-dee-dum-dum-dum. Do-dee-do-dee-dum-dum-do. So let's put a very minor amount of tension on it so it at least stays. Get the cord off of it. Let's not have it dragging on the floor either, because then I'll trip on it or something. Yeah, that worked. So I'm not tripping on it like I know I would otherwise. And let's do the bottom one first. Okay. Why isn't that tensioning up this way? And all you do is put a zip tie on the very end of it with the teeth holding the teeth and just get it so they're touching but not really pulling. And then you can tighten. And actually, I got an even better idea than I discovered last time I was doing this. And I can actually use the clampy things to do it, which is even better than a zip tie now that I remember. I forgot all about doing it that way. Because all it has to do is hold the teeth together. And then the teeth will hold the tension. So you put one of these here clippy clips on there. and it holds the teeth. Just jams the teeth together, and then it holds it in place. And it won't slip unless you really, really yank on it. I mean, if you go crazy nuts on it, it'll move it, but otherwise, it won't. And then I can line this up. That's already tensioned, huh? All right. And basically we have to line these up, which sounds easier than it is, but it's actually not hard with this one. That one's harder. I know it sounds crazy, but let's get this one a little tighter too. It's probably too tight now because this is moving. It is. Wow, that's way off. Mm-hmm. What is up? Never let the machines win and Viking. What are you guys up to? I think that looks pretty good right there. Hey, come back here. That one looks reasonably straight. I'll have to find out when I bring the carriage around and fine tune it. That one looks like it's got to go out a bit. Which means I got to loosen the nuts up. Bring it out a bit. And that looks about it. That's straight. Looks sort of straight. Put some tension on it and find out. Come on, get on there. Could have done the bottom one first, but you know. Well, I guess I gotta adjust the wheels. All right. All right, now this is the hard part. because it's as much visual as it is precision. But that looks like it's freaking right on. And that one's not far. I think they're both in acceptable ranges. So, that was easy. It actually looks like it's right on. Basically, all I'm doing is paralleling these belts. So as it comes around and goes back, the distance here is the same distance here, and again here and here. So whatever this is here, and you could say go, use one of these things, and you can to some extent. So at the motor, it's 13.8. So if I'm at 13.8 here, but it's hard to because the belt's so flexible. That's darn close. And that's a little wide. So this needs to go this way a hair. That's right on. So that's good. That be good. That be good. Now I just got to square it up with the frame. And put a few other little parts on, like this here end stop. And the Bowden tube, which doesn't really matter, you don't need it. And what else? What's up, Robbie Mac and Chris Galata? When's the smoke show? 15 minutes or so. Give me 15, 20 minutes. Then we can smoke the house up. Belts all look good, so I got to just set everything exact and tension. And I'm going to square it up. Oh my God, I'm using a speed square. No. Yes, I am. And yep, the bottom belt needs to be tensioned up more. So we take this, and we give it a couple of clicks. And then we put the clamp back on. We may have it slightly over tension now. Yep. I think top is slightly over tension. So I will loosen it a click. That's more than one. If you can't tell, I'm using the teeth, both with this clamp, the little clips, but also they're grabbing here inside the carriage. So I've actually got pretty good tension on it. I need my glasses because I'm close, but I don't think I'm quite there yet. But I am close. Nope. The top one's still a little tighter than the bottom one. So let's loosen it. One click. And I might tighten the bottom one click if it needs any more adjustments, which I don't think it will. Nope. Oh. It is freaking close. think I will tighten the top one. No, I need to tighten the bottom one. And one tooth. I believe we're right on now. That looks pretty darn good. I can almost tighten the. I'm using these. I'm tapping these two that are the full length of the frame here. You can feel the tension. I can actually tighten this one more, I think. Because it seemed like I'd gone just a little too far. You say frickin' perfect. So let's zip tie these suckers into place and be done with it. And all the zip tie does is hold the teeth together. And the teeth actually hold it in place. That makes sense. That's pretty damn close to exactly the same tension. So, don't need those anymore. Now the zip ties are holding. Now the next thing I do, and I shouldn't have put that zip tie on, is, oh, my knee's hurting and I'm standing up too much. Yeah, I saw him on. I actually caught him for half an hour when I got up. That was up, but then I wasn't. I wake up early, like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, but I usually don't get out of bed. I sit there and read or do something until about 6. And right around, I don't know, 5:36, I saw that he was streaming. So I popped in for 10 minutes while I was making my coffee. Now I leave this, I know you guys probably can't see it, but I have a really long tail on the belt. And I zip tie the first one. But then the second zip tie, because I always use 2 on the belt here. The second one I fold the belt back and forth before I clamp the zip tie down. And that way, when I go to adjust it again, if I ever need to, and you usually do, you usually have to adjust it after about 25, 50 hours after resetting. I have a big long piece that I can grab onto to adjust it. And yet, as long as the teeth are, come on, get in there. As long as the teeth are matching on either, come on, why are you fighting me? Why do I always do the top one first? That's just stupid. As long as the teeth are matching when you clamp it down, it'll hold. Because the teeth are holding it. And there we go. Feels about right. And make sure these are down and not moving. And I gotta put the side ones in. What's up, old curmudgeon in red light? All done with the square. The only thing I got left to do now is tighten the carriage up, which I'm going to need the glasses for, because I'm a blind old bastard. And I'm going to need the little wrench thing and adjust my eccentric nuts. Where is eccentric nut? Which way? I can never remember which way they frickin' go. Tighten. Okay, that way. That definitely, come on, tighten it. Come on. That might be too tight. That one's not. This one is. That looks like it'll work. Oh, there is a screw in there already. I've been sliding around with that screw in there. Good thing it wasn't tight. Out in the garage scrapping. No, really, red light? Is there anything else you do? I think that's all you ever do. If you're not scrapping at work, you're scrapping at home. You're just a scrappity kind of guy. You like scrap. Nothing wrong with that. Somebody's got to do it. Red light like scrap. I believe I have a nut in there. I just got to put a bolt through it for this tower. And I do. So all I need is an M5 8mm nut, bolt, which is right here somewhere. And we do need a spinny nut for the end stop. Can I make that thicker? Use 10s? Can I use a 10 in there? I'd rather use a 10. I'm getting low on 8s. Is that going to bottom out? Yes, it will. It will bottom out in the channel, which I don't want it to do, so I am using an 8. Oh, no, but that's thicker there. I did make that thicker, didn't I? So a 10 will work, I think. Because I'm not going down, I'm going in. Let's find out. It's close. And let's just use the 8 and be safe. Let's just use the 8 and be safe. And everything's clear and everything looks right. Belts are tensioned. You feel about even. Everything's square. This really needs to go up here somewhere, but it's a different story. I think that's it. I think she's ready to be plugged in. But before I do, I'll be right back. I need a Q-tip or two. I like to clean the fan blades and stuff while I got it open and not running. Especially to the power supply. Because they're all dusty and dirty. Ugh. Yes, they are. Fans work a whole lot better when the blades are clean. Get all the gunkies off the edges. And get both sides of both blades in each notch. I think I went around once already, but make sure I get it all. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Do the same to this one. Well, this isn't even that old one, and it's already disgusting. Big old clobs of dust. Welcome to New England coastline, where fans last you a year or two, if you're lucky. Actually, that fan, ceiling fan, is the longest lasting fan I've had in this house. I don't know why. It's actually starting to make noise. I can hear it. This ceiling fan's starting to get loud, but it's pretty old. I want to say it's almost 10 years old, which is a long-lasting fan for around here. All the salt and crap in the air. And then do the side of it. And then drop it back down. And yeah, that just sits there. And it actually works pretty well. So, I think we're ready to plug it in. And this just goes right there to block that hole. And this goes here. And this goes down my throat eventually. Because iced coffee is a food group all on its own. And all these bits that I was trying to clean out yesterday. And the snippety snips. Oh, I need one more T-nut. I have the bolt, but I need the T-nut. And I think they're in the other box, because otherwise I have no X10 stop. And it'll have to be a Spinion, which is okay. A 10 or a 4. I mean a 5 or a 4. That looks like a 5. Here we go. And bring this thing to basically home. Which is right around there. Yep, close enough for now. It's all adjustable. Now my switch is in. Switch is here. Switch is here. Switches are all in. Believe it or not, I dusted this thing this morning with one of them Swiffers, and it's still covered in dust. That's sad. So sad. But on that note, I think she's ready. What am I missing? I'm always missing something. Well, the corner brackets are in. Those are in and tightened. I tightened them this morning. Oh, boy. I think she's ready. Oh, it's really disgusting down there on the floor under the bed. Gonna have to run the vacuum in there. Should we fire it up? I haven't actually squared up in bed height yet, which I can do real quickly. At least get it close. $27. That was easy. What is it over here? Nah, I can't get there. Spin. Just the way I actually want the thing anyways. And wow. Freaking close enough. That's actually really close. So the bed frames are squared, everything's on. Lit some. Fire it up. And no smoke. Not yet, anyways. Let's share the screen. Anybody want to jump in? Copy. What are you up to, Viking? You can jump in and hang out and stare at the ceiling. What's up there, Sergio? Who else did I miss? I think I got everybody else. Well, Curmudgeon, Red Light, Viking, Never Let the Machines Win. Nope, no magic smoke. Shouldn't be any magic smoke. I didn't change anything electronics wise. The only I disconnected was the that end stop because I had to take it off to add the new frame part that I bent. Originally bent. So let's screen share. And start a new window and fire up the LlamaCore on the Duet. And this is why I don't like the Duet. See how long it takes? That used to be so much faster before I went to the new version, RipRap Firmware 3. It was way faster with 2. It connected faster. Let's home X. That worked. Let's home Y. Okay, that didn't work. What's wrong? Oh, the end stop didn't hit. Why is the end stop not hitting? That makes no freaking sense. What did I change? Oh, I put the thing on backwards. Gosh darn it. I mean, it doesn't matter. I just need to change the end stop now. I need to put a block here. Bummer. I reversed the two towers. And I put the head on the other side, which is not a big deal. Is it? Not really. Let's see. I gotta put something in here to trip the end stop before the fan's hitting. Oh, you guys can't see. Crap. You guys can't see it because it's not pointing at it. There we go. You still really can't see, but the extruder body / fan is hitting the, because I used to have 2020 here, now it's 2040. I need to add 20 millimeters of something here to trip the end stop because the fan's hitting the new, this is 2040 wide, and I put it flat for more strength that way. Let's see. I could just glue on a 20 millimeter chunk onto this tower for now, which is probably what I'm going to do for now because I don't trip it. Which means I got to print a little 20 millimeter extension of some sort. We need to change that, the way it trips. I could just print a clamp it in an extruder. And that way it trips easier and it's adjustable. And that's what I think I'm going to do. Is just make a 20 millimeter stopper. Adjustable stopper. Yeah, pretty much. Except for that means going outside and crap. When I can just fusion up one and print it. Let's fire up Fusion. I don't know if you guys have played with Fusion or when you did your licensing, but Autodesk redid their licensing. There's no longer the whatever hobbyist. They've broken it up into like 4 different. They're still free, but there's like 4 different versions of free now. There's the student license, which they always had, that was separate. Now they have the personal non-commercial, and they have the personal startup, and then they have the startup, which are all free. But the personal non-commercial is basically your hobbyist, and I think they took away a couple of features, which I never use. Anyways, I think some of the cam crop went away or something. Or you can use the personal startup, which has all the features, but in a year they want you to pay for it, and you have to prove your income. And then they have the startup, which you also have to prove your income. But it's a freaking nightmare to set up and reset the license, and you literally have to delete the app and download the new app because it's part of the app. The actual app relicenses you for that version. See, mine now says personal, not for commercial use. And it was a nightmare. I did that yesterday in the afternoon. It took me like 2 hours to delete all the stuff because you went to reinstall it. It says, oh, you already have a version of that, but it wasn't because I deleted it. But there were still the little micro files and preferences, and I had to go find all the little preference files because it didn't delete them, and it was just a nightmare. But I got it working. But yeah, so if you go to renew your license in the next, if you haven't already, in the next few months, you might have a minor nightmare updating Fusion. So basically, let's start a sketch. And we'll just do it flat, even though I know it's not going to be. And let's make it. I'm going to want it about. I need to catch the thingamabobby there. So I'm going to want it about this high. So let's just go 55. So that I can make 15. That I'll make 55. Turn. Extrude solid. Let's make it 5 millimeters or so. Then let's take that. We'll make another sketch, which I could have just done on the other sketch, but let's do this and make it 5 millimeters again. Tab 5. Boom. Dimension it. I want this to be 20 millimeters off of there. 20. Shape. Take that. Make it solid. Extrude it for 20 millimeters. 20. That will bracket me onto there. And let's take this, and I can actually go back to this sketch and do it again. And we'll make a block here in the corner. And how big is that there? Switch. It's about 13. So if I go 14 or 15 even, and 15, make it a nice square. Extrude that in a solid, and actually finish sketch. And you know what? No, I don't. Sketches. Let's bring that one back. Let's extrude that, and it's only got to go about 10. Let's just for fun fill this out. Actually, no, let's put the hole in there first. And I want it capped and square bottomed, and it doesn't really matter. It needs to be 5 because that's the width of the thing. This needs to be 9 and set the head. This needs to be 1.5, 1.5, and this needs to be 5.25, 5.25. And then I need to center it off here, making it 10. So it centers on the thing. And off of here is going to be 7.5. That should center in that there block. Okay. And there's one screw hole. And then I'll put another one here. Come on, move, I say. And do it. All right, let's get rid of the origins. Why are the origins showing? The origins are supposed to be gone. 10. 7.5. It's 10, right? 1.5. Everything else is the same. Yes. Okay. There's my 2 screw holes going into the channel. What's going on in chat? Anything? Yeah, well, you could use something else, but what? There's nothing as easy to use. That's free. And it is powerful. And that will stiffen that up. Or will it? Sure it will. That'll be fine. Okay. This doesn't need to be so, it doesn't really matter. That's what we need right there. And then the end stop switch will just come along and slap into this face and stop it. I could just bring this all the way down, but it's the fun in that. That would be no fun. Autodesk is untrustworthy. Yeah, well, yeah, it might be, but the issue there is there's nothing else that's competitively usable, that's free, and can do like I do with it. The only thing close is, SolidWorks, but SolidWorks, there's no way in hell I could use because I don't have $10 million and I'm not going to remortgage my house every year just for the piece of software. And Onshape, which is, talk about untrustworthy, they are more thievery style usage than Autodesk is. So let's name it. And that is my X or Y. X, yes, doesn't really. And let's not have any spaces in it. And then let's save it. So I'm already in there. Save. And there we go. Let's export it as an STL. Let's fire up this printer over here because this is the one I'll be printing it on. Get that puppy running. Make this go away. No. And it's not that you can't mechanically precision do Blender, because you can, but it's a bunch of plugins and it's nowhere near the same. It's not. You can use Blender and do it. Nowhere near as mechanically accurate / dimensionally. Doing everything precision dimension is very difficult in Blender. It can be done. Not as simply as you can in Fusion. Or as complicated. Fusion, you can get way more complicated and much more precisely adjusted, by just typing. I mean, you saw I just typed in freaking numbers and poof, it was there. Blender is more of a face extrude instead of draw extrude. You don't draw a drawing and then extrude parts of the drawing. You actually create a box and then find a face or designate a face and then extrude that face. And it's just, I don't know. Blender's nice, don't get me wrong. I've actually been playing with it again. I started sculpting with it, and the sculpting's kind of okay. Part of it is I'm not used to it, and part of it is it's got some limitations that all the other ones don't have. But yeah, Blender is not. Blender's more for play. Yeah, but I agree. Don't get me wrong. I don't disagree that Autodesk, but Fusion is a freaking nutty program. I mean, it's the two CAD style programs that are close, both charge, or the three, I should say, SparkMaker, multiple thousands of dollars. Onshape, if you buy it. They do have a free license, but their free license is way more sketchy than Autodesk is. They just go crazy. Yeah, Tinkercad, no. Sorry, no. I like Tinkercad for doing some things, but stuff, I could have done that and probably in Tinkercad. But even that, like the screw back set, where I'm going to have the screw hole in there, no. Let's kick this over to the pumpkin, which is now running and heated up. Why? Well, I didn't double click there, did I? Did I? I might have. Let's give it some heat. It don't matter because it's never going to get to full heat before I hit print, but at least then it's preheating while I'm slicing, so it's that much less time. Yeah, Tinkercad you can't do. Again, you can do anything with any of them if you have the patience and the time. Nothing competes to Fusion in the free market. It just doesn't. Not only that, see this right here? All my edges and triangles, there's no non-manifold errors, there's no error-oriented faces. Blender always gives me bad manifold edges and bad oriented faces, which I don't like. And I'm going to have to put supports in there. Supports. Add. Actually, I can create auto supports because it'll probably do what I need it to do automatically. Yep. Going back here. Let's add a few more. I want this face properly supported. And that should be it. I didn't put any in here because it doesn't need them. Start slicing. Edit. Let's bring this down because it's a small piece and I want accuracy. I want, let's bring it down to just 2 is fine with the big nozzles. I want more shells. I want 2.5. Not 3. Let's go with 3.5. And if you guys don't know, the 0.5 with Idea Maker makes it so at 0.5, every other layer, there's an extra shell line on the inside. So the infill and the shell overlap each other and lock together. Temperature, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, there was something else I wanted to set, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, I know what it is. Edit. I want more top and bottom and more infill. There's like no infill. Oh, I got 100% infill. Don't need that. Like 25 is fine. And it doesn't really matter which one I use. We'll just use the default. Overlap. Solid infill. I went 3 bottom. Let's go with 4 bottom and 5 top. I guess is fine. Save. Slice. Yes, I want my supports. Preview. Oh, what do I have? Concentric top layers? I must. That's kind of funky. We can get rid of that. Edit. Solid infill. Where's my top layer? Concentric. Lines. Save. Slice. Yes. I want supports. Preview. You gotta set it so it goes to auto preview. And there you go. And let's make sure it's doing everything I want it to do. And it looks like it is. See how the concentric supports work? They work quite nicely. I don't know why it's doing it in there. That makes no sense, but whatever. It usually detects the face with concentric supports. Because that's the outer edge of it. That's why I like concentric. If you do the back and forth, you have parts of that circle that aren't supported when it gets there. Where with concentric, it supports them all. And it comes out a lot easier too. believe it or not. Export to local disk. Done. New. Upload. Come on. Upload. Why not clicking on it? Just thinking. It's thinking in the background. And hit print. Might as well just print it. It'll be in red, but who cares at this point? If you're getting pieces that you're breaking the chain, it's because you're not setting your constraints proper, or you're not setting any constraints. Once you set the constraints, and I have a problem with that too. I don't often constrain everything, and then I go back and edit something, and everything goes wonky. But if you set your constraints proper, you can adjust anything, and it just works. It just works. Let's leave it on there for a minute. It should be close to ready. Oh, what did I put the bed up to 60? I must have. Wish I could afford the Pro, and I can have the camera. Don't really need the camera, but I could have the camera. Because it's like right there. So I really don't need the camera. Really don't. Inside the key to maximizing products. Yeah. Talking to Fusion, they just sent me an email about, I don't know, doing some kind of class thing. Yep. Yeah, no, there's nothing. I have yet to find anything even close to Fusion that's affordable. I mean, you can use SparkMaker. Sony has a CAD app that's wicked good. There's like two other like real mechanical CAD programs like Fusion that you can buy, and some of them are actually better, but they're thousands of dollars a year. Not just to buy it, a year. They're all licensed by the year. They are mortgageware, and I don't do mortgageware. And Fusion, even Fusion, if you pay for it, it's only $400. It's $390 for a personal license. If I wasn't dead ass broke, I would pay for Fusion without a problem. $400 a year. Come on. ZBrush is $900 a year. It's just insane. These apps are getting, they just, remember the day when you paid a couple $300 and you got the app and it was lifetime, and you paid, $20 or $50 to upgrade it every once in a while? This whole mortgageware is just, yeah, but you can't, I'm sorry, you can't do the things with Shaper 3D that you can do. And you need an iPad Pro to use Shaper anywhere near good. It won't even run on my iPad. And that's not that old. It's current model. It's just the cheapest iPad you can buy. Yeah, you have the original version of ZBrush. That's why. And you can buy it. You can still get it lifetime, but it's like $800 or $900, and they'll whack you for every like third or fourth update. Because I got ZBrush Core the same way. It's a full lifetime warranty. And we're printing. Let's make sure it's extruding and everything. And I left a bit of gunk on there, but that ain't gonna hurt nothing. And it looks just smashing. A nice, perfect little line. And all's good. What is up, Mr. Joe Paddock? How is your new home? Are you all settled in yet? We won't be hearing from Tanner for, I don't know, what do you say, 10 days until he had internet? Because he's pretty much moved now, I believe. They're actually staying at the new house. What is up, Jesse? I think Tanner's pretty much moved. He's got a, All the big stuff, I guess, is moved. Anybody want to jump in here? Please jump in. Come hang out. So we're not just listening to me babble. Because I babble. Babble, babble, babble. So it's printing away. I gotta remember to speed it up. I got it set slow. It's still only like 30 minutes. Print that little piece. And then the LlamaCore will be running again. Need to find a different way to do that end stop, but I can't think of how I'd want to do it. It used to be built into that carriage, and when I designed the carriage for this is the extruder carriage is actually an alternation of that extruder carriage, which RCCNC made for me, and I edited it to fit that printer, but I didn't think about the end stop mount because the end stop's actually on the carriage on that instead of on the frame. Where it's Core XY, it's hard to get it this beyond the carriage. It would be another wire harness going somewhere. So it needs to be edited. I got to figure out a different way to do it. And I just bit my nail because it was driving me nuts. I had a little clip of my fingernail. It's kind of gross and rude, but sorry. It was driving me nuts. Figured out you can take a stepper motor apart, press the D shaft out of the rotor, press it into another on. Bought a pancake stepper and the D shaft was too short, so I swapped it. Huh. Cool. I would have just bought a pancake motor with a longer shaft. I would have returned it. Or just bought another one. Yeah, I did the whole 0.9 thing. They aren't great. You just got to get a hold of LDO. That guy will make you Jason will make you just about anything you need. And he doesn't even whack you all that much a lot of times. A lot of times if it's something that he thinks he can sell, he'll design it, make it, and be like, here you go. Thanks for letting me know we need that. And he starts marketing it. Yeah, don't blame me there. I'm not. I don't think I would have gone that far. I probably would have broken something. I've taken stepper motors apart and put them back together. But I don't think I'd be pressing. I don't have a little. I do have a press actually, but not one that would do that. I'm assuming you use one of them ones where the fingers and the screw and you screwed it down and it pushed the shaft out. But how the hell did you get the new one in without like pounding on it? Unless you have an actual mechanical press, which not too many people do. And I have one of those, like I said, it's like a fingery one. It's got the two fingers that go around the bearing. It's actually for bearings and stuff for quadcopters. Then you can press the shaft out and put a new one in. But I don't think I got one that would work on a stepper motor. Nope. I got either too small or I got a really big one for cars. for doing bearings and stuff on cars. I got my real big freaking cast iron one. Yeah, but you actually have a stand-up press, big frame, basically a hydraulic piston. Not too many people have one of those. I don't have one of those. Mine are all basically a fancy C-clamp with the little fingers that go around and grab the bearing from the underside. I got a little one that, like I said, I use on quadcopters and RC cars and stuff. It's for pressing bearings in and out of like wheels and axles and stuff like that. I used to use it for, what the hell did I buy it for? It's pressing something on motors, on the little quadcopter motors, which is why I originally bought it. Now I can't even think of what the hell I actually used it for. It's tiny though. Anyway, I gotta pee. Somebody want to jump in here? Joe Paddock, jump in here. You've been on streaming forever. And we are building up some plastic. We are 27.4%, 27.25% done. With 28 minutes left. Or is that how much time's passed? I never even looked. Is it going up or going down? It's going down, so it's how much time is left. No, I haven't heard about the egg. LlamaCore's already. I just got this part I'm printing right now on the Pumpkin King. I just need an end stop block because I flipped the Hemera, so now the fan's hitting the frame before. I flipped the Hemera, but also it used to be 2020 framed and I put 2040, but I put it flat. So there's an extra 20 millimeters of distance and the head is now hitting the 2040 before it hits the home switch. So I'm just building a little block to trip the switch before, and now I'll make it somewhat adjustable. And I'll hit the block, trip the switch before it hits the frame. Which I hope, actually, oh yeah. And actually I can put it way back there. Is that going to hit that side before it gets all the way across? It's right there. Shouldn't be doing that with the thing on because it's actually on right now. Oh well. Okay, I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. No music. Can't afford music. Music costs money. YouTube gets all mad if you play music. Look at that puppy spray. You gotta love the Jesse PLA. Just have to love it. 42% done. So, what else can we do for fun and excitement? Here, let's go look at my Twitter feed. Just for giggles. Who's on Twitter? What are they doing on Twitter? Let's find a political post on Twitter and slam them with a dancing freaking gopher. Fall Guys game victory. What the hell is this Fall Guys? I'm gonna have to look at it now because everyone seems to be playing Fall Guys. Don't even know what Fall Guys are. I haven't fired up the PlayStation or any of those in a while. I did yesterday for like an hour. I was playing some Borderlands just for the kick of it. Well, that looks cool. Hellfire. That's pretty neat. Oh. You know, I had one of those. They're obnoxious. Yeah, nobody does that. They over-exaggerate. I had something similar to that, a motorized one. They sucked. The batteries always run out. It splits the cork. It's too aggressive. What do we have for notification? Don't worry. I won't eat it. I don't know what eating it has to do with anything, but it does look cool. I don't know if you saw this, but Drop Effects, who are making the Omni Drop extruder. Yeah, I know he is. It's like an hour and a half away. I should be all done by then. Did 2040 make it stiffer? Yeah. I hope. If you didn't know, I was working on it like I have been all day, and I tripped and kind of slammed/dropped the corner of the printer into the corner of the bench it sits on, and I bent one of the 2020s. Not bad. I mean, you wouldn't even see it visually, but when you go to push the carriage back and forth, it loosened up a lot. Got sloppy. I was like, what the hell? Anyway, so I put the 2040 on there because it was like $1 more at the time. I was just going to put 2020 back on there, but it was literally $1 more for a meter because it was on sale open builds, because it's open builds V-Groove stuff. So the meter of it cost me like $14, where the 2020 was like $12.99. So it was $1 and a penny or something like that to go to the 2040. So I was like, yeah, and it just, why not? If you can, why not? It will make it stiffer. I mean, do you need it to be stiffer? Who knows? Will it make it stiffer? Sure. Let's do it. I would have built the whole thing out of 2040 if I could afforded it. It's still not perfectly tight over there, is it? That one is, and that one is. That one's not. It's all crooked. I can fix that later. Now that I see it. I just noticed one of the extrusions wasn't tight. It's like minor. It's been worse. Yeah, I don't think it's on sale anymore. Let's go look. It was just the silver too. I don't know why. Open builds on Amazon. Didn't know they sold on Amazon. That's new. Check it out. They're on Amazon. Yeah, see, the black is $22 with $9 shipping. Holy crap. I always wanted to try this, but $189 ain't happening. I kind of like to try these silver wheels, but those aren't the right ones. They make a harder poly wheel that's clear instead of the black ones. And this is not a true open builds. So they don't have much on Amazon. Let's go back. Open builds. Open builds. I should have gone right to the parts store, but that's all right. Okay. Why is this not showing? It's still loading. It's giving me grief. Open Builds Parts Store. Let's see what happens when I go straight to Open Builds Parts Store. Oh, it's loading really slow. Oh, I know why. Because I'm streaming, dumbass. Hardware. What am I looking for? Materials on sale. Non-ferrous metals, hardwood, cast acrylic. Nope. Because it used to say right here, rails. V-slot linear rails. What are they getting for 2040 in silver? So $20, and I paid $14 for it. So it's like $5 off. Because I bought a full meter. It's still not terrible for a full meter. It's 3 parts. Does it make it stiffer? It sure does. I mean, frickin' printer's like overly built anyways. I've got way too much material on there. It's plenty strong enough. But that was just a little bit stronger. And I straightened out some stuff. A couple of my Z rails weren't as nice as they should have been. And I straightened those out. And I straightened out the Z rods. They were just slightly out, so there's a little bit of wobble to them. And they're not bent. It was just the block was twisted a little, so it was wobbling the actual mount block, which you can't see because I'm sharing the screen. But materials on sale. What do they have on sale? Anything good? PETG for $24.99. Wonder who makes their PETG. I'm sure it's just rebranded. Oh, look, you can get acrylic for $11.99. Buy 3, get 1 free. Mix and match colors. Acrylic blue. Acrylic red. Acrylic white. Acrylic black. Kind of like the green. Of course, they don't have purple. $11.99. How big of a piece is it? I don't think it's very big. It is size 12 by 12 by 1/4 inch, so it's a foot block for foot square for $12. Yeah, no thanks. It is 1/4 inch thick. It's not 1/8 inch, but still. Non-ferrous metals. Aluminum. Is that like a sheet for $12? What is that, 12 by 12 too? 12 by 12 by 1/8 inch of aluminum. That's not bad. You could CNC that and make like Hemera mounts and stuff and corner brackets, and you don't need 1/4 inch. 1/8 inch is more than enough for a lot of stuff. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. C-beam linear rails. Let's check those out. How many millions did they get for that? Was it $8.99 for an inch? One doesn't even say how long it is. How long is that for $8.99? Ah, here we go. Now it popped up. 250 millimeters. How much is a full meter? $50, basically. Open Builds has got some pretty wild stuff. Wheels. Extreme V mini wheel. You need the whole damn kit. Because what the hell good's a wheel if you don't have the bearings? So $6 a wheel. It includes all the assemblies. Productivity duty. Strongest wheel type with the highest wear ratios. Withstands prolonged use. Self-centering. Self-lubricating. Easy assembly. Let's watch their little video.
guys, so today's instructional video I'm going to show you how to assemble all of our different wheel kits. So as you can see, each one here is an example of what comes in your wheel kit. We have 2 bearings, 2 precision shims, and a hex nut is what you'll most commonly see. Now there is an exception for our smooth idler pulley kit, which is also going to consist of our plastic bushing as well as an M5 25mm screw. But mostly, the assembly is pretty straightforward. I'm going to go through each one of these wheel kits
who cares?
and show you how to assemble
them. And enough of that. Why did it boot me? We're still streaming, aren't we? Let's go look. Am I still streaming? Can I copyright myself by restreaming my restream of my restream? Let's see. If I restream my stream, do I get a copyright strike for streaming my restream of my stream? Because my stream's copyrighted? Okay. Turn off the mic. Check it out. How far we're behind. Oh, it's not live. That's why. Live. That was fun. How far along are we? 68%. 13 minutes left to go. And then we can fire up the LlamaCore. Somebody else needs to jump in here. Come on, guys. Getting bored. I'm getting bored of listening to myself. Iced coffee. Coffee is a food group. You need a coffee. Need the coffee. 69.6%. All right, cake over. You can make it a 70. I know you can. This is cool. I like how Repetier shows you a ghost of what it is going to print in that layer. I do like Octoprints better because you can multi-layer. You can say, oh, show me the last 5 layers as well, and it'll ghost the last 5 or the next 5. Where this one only ghosts the 1, and you have no control over it. You can't, I can't just slide this up and down. Where Octoprint, I can slide that up and down and look at futures. Which actually, I think you can with this if you pay for it. But I'm using the free version. But there is some stuff I like about Repetier over. It connects way faster than Octoprint, that's for sure. It connects faster than the Duet does. Once the pie is fired up and running, Repetier connects almost instantly. Where Octoprint and Duet sit there and do the loading. Repetier will just connects/loads way faster. Way faster. Way faster. Way faster. I am going to redo the bottom of that's my next step with the LlamaCore. Change the bottom mounts. Right now, the actual belt pulley is what's holding the Z, which works. I mean, it's working, but... And I use compression bearings. I'm using a regular skate bearing to hold it from coming in from the belt tension, but the weight is being held by a compression bearing, which is way better. But that was the other thing that I designed into that thing that no other printer really does. There's an actual compression bearing at the bottom that's holding the weight. But I need to make a cap that the lead screw just sits in and clamps to. And then that will sit on the compression bearing. And then use a regular skate bearing up above it to keep the tension and centering from the belt tension and such. Instead of having right now there's a skate bearing, then a gap, then my compression bearing, and then a spacer, and then the belt pulley, And the belt pulley is what's holding everything together. And that's just not right. It actually works better than I thought it would, but it's too much weight on the two little set screws on it. I mean, it's really no different than your stupid couplers. I mean, the coupler's doing exactly the same thing. I'm just using the pulley instead of a coupler. It's the same exact way it's holding the weight. Using the two set screws screwed into the lead screw. I just think it would be better to just have the lead screw come down onto a solid object, and that solid object spreads the weight out and distributes it onto the compression bearing. And a compression bearing is way smoother operating, rotating, with weight on it than a skate bearing is. The skate bearing is designed to take weight directly on it. It will take some horizontal tension. In this case, it's actually, well, no, it's still horizontal tension, I guess. It's designed to take horizontal tension, but for short stints. It's not made to have a constant horizontal compression on the bearing races. So I designed it with a compression bearing. And compression bearings are cheap. They're cheaper than the frickin' skate bearings are. I think I got like 6 or 8 of them for like $5 or $8 or something. And they definitely run smoother than the skate bearings for weight bearing of the bed weight bearing on the compression bearing. But if you don't know what a compression bearing is, look it up. Actually, I think I still have another one. Do I have another compression bearing? I think I do. See, that's all hot parts. Pretty sure I got another one around here somewhere. In clips, this is all wiring crap. What did I do with it? I put it in something else. In here with all the wheels. All my other wheels and bearings, I believe, is where I put it. Spacers. And I got more. These are grooved bearings for like pulleys and stuff. There's one right there. And actually, I got 2 more. So if you don't know what a compression bearing is, which most of you guys probably do, but that is a compression bearing. And it's made to carry weight. And you basically have a washer underneath it and a washer on top of it. And it carries, and it's very, very slippery and will rotate around. And it's made for doing just what I got it doing. And that's that. They're very cool. And these are actually halfway decent ones. I mean, they're still cheap. I probably could have gotten better ones, but for the Z, where it's moving so little, these work fine. I did have to replace one of them. It actually rusted. But then I got another one right here. Like I said, I think I paid like, I don't know, I think it was $6 or $8 for half a dozen of them. They are definitely the way to carry a large load down with a weight on downward face. And we're almost done. And while I got all that stuff out, I might as well grab myself a spinny nut and a couple of 8mm. I'm gonna get me some more 8mm, I guess. There's another bag of them. There's another thing I like from Open Belts. I love these screws. They are pricey. I know what they are. I think it's $1 for 10 of them, which, you know, it's not a lot of money, but they're a little pricey. But they are wicked good. They're wicked strong. They have a very flat head on them. So for clearance, if it needs to clear anything, they're great. They're hard. I've never stripped one. Like the Amazon silver domey ones, like these. Actually take a smaller head size, like Allen wrench. This actually takes a larger Allen wrench for the same size screw and everything. And these I strip all the time. I've never stripped one of these. I've actually ruined an Allen wrench with this before it strips the nut. And a couple of spinny ends. I'll tell you what, the skate wheels on this chair. Yes, exactly. Which is why I went to these, building that frame. When I ordered the open builds, I ordered just a few of these, and I built that frame, and I literally took it apart, ordered more, and rebuilt it with all these because I stripped like a half a dozen of these, tightening everything up. And I've never stripped one of these. Never. Never, ever, ever. And I have a habit of over torquing stuff. This is a 5 or a 4? That's a 5. And I believe this is another 5. And it is, but it's a crappy one. Yeah, these open build bolts, nuts, screws are way better. I like them a lot. I'm just going to throw that one out because it's all like stripped or something. And we are almost done. We are 1 minute and 37 seconds away from popping that baby off the bed. Oh, I left these bearings out. These are kind of cool too. I like these. I don't really use them anymore because I use toothed ones, but these are actually the original bearings that came on the Max Micron for the belt. They got the little lip on the side. These were the X and Y bearings. And then I went to toothed ones because toothed ones are better. Mr. Buttron, what is up, buddy? I have to look at those. I switched to head instead of pan head because the heads seem to hold it better. Yeah, I like these better. They just hold better. They do everything better. It's actually a little bit, the actual diameter of the actual head is, the regular stainless pan head ones are about 8.5 diameter. So like if you're gonna, I always inset it a little into the plastic just because I'm anal that way. These are 9, and they're actually a little less than 9, but they're bigger than the silver ones. Let's find out exactly what they are. I think they actually are 8.5. 8.75. So they're a little bit wider. That's why, if you saw when I was designing this thing that just finished, I did it at 9. Hi and bye. Gotta run. See ya. Hi, bye. Bye-bye, butt room. Oh, I forgot it. There's a there. Not that it's a big deal. Still hot. Probably should have let it cool. I put a brim on it for the. Jesus. Yeah, I guess I gotta let it go. Doesn't want to let go. I put a brim on it for the. I did my little speakery things. Saw those. My mother's. Too impatient. I can't wait. For the little speaker bouncer redirector things that I did for my mother's TV. Why is that sticking so much? That's old. That came right off. It's just right here. Oh, there's a gouge right there that it just fell into. That's what it is. I forgot about that. Okay, I can stay. Not important at the moment. And let's come over here and buzz the brim off. Wish they made one of these left-handed. You guys didn't realize this. The blades on these things are actually made for right-handed people. The two angles are different, and the ball head is different. It's made to go the other direction. It's made to actually go this way, which if you were right-handed would be away from you. Where I'm left-handed, it's kind of upside down, but that's all right. And then let's just pop out the support for this one right here. Come on. My glasses can't see what I'm doing. Oh, there's a pair right there. All right, we got another pair right here. Of course, I can't get on it because I'm a dumbass. All right, good enough. Might have to use a longer screw there, that's all. That's in there. I shouldn't even bothered with the inset where I knew I was doing it. There it goes. I believe that'll work. And it should. Yep. Yep, that looks like it'll work. And I won't be able to put them both on right away. So this one I will drop in the channel. Let's get the camera on the LlamaCore. Even though you really won't be able to see what the hell I'm doing. And we can drop this screw in. And drop the nut in. And the spinning nut spinning. Because it didn't catch it. This way. And now I can't get it out. Oh, come on. You know what? What do you need? And let's bring this over here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I put it on the wrong side. Dumbass. Didn't think about that. Hope that's gonna clear the fan. Ah, you dummy. You idiot. Oh, I gotta make it bigger. I'm not gonna hit the frickin'. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. It's not gonna hit the switch. Because I only made it 15 millimeters tall instead of 20 or whatever, and the switch is on the other side of the extrusion, and blah, blah, blah. I think I'm done with that. Not going to happen today, because I'm going to kill it in about 5 minutes. But I will redesign it and print another one, because, you know, I must. Because I must. Because I need it. That's really, really annoying. That was just stupid on my part. And it won't clear the belts on the other side. Dummy. Moron. I knew it too, and I just didn't think about it until I went to mount it, and then I went, oops. Oops. This needs to be longer. Edit feature. I only did 10, didn't I? Yep, I need to do 20. And then I need to, let's see, it's going to go. A performance issue. Click here to diagnose. No. I know what the performance issue is, and it really doesn't matter. And I need to put a hole here of just say 6 millimeters. To get the tool through. And cancel. Let's do it before I put the arcs in. And I can do it there. And it needs to be, let's just do 7. Gives me plenty of loopies. And do 10 off of that. And oops, 7.5 off of that. And make it flat bottomed. And just make this say all. Well, this doesn't have an all. That's funny. Well, let's just make it say all. Okay. That way I can get this the Allen wrench through to get to that. And I'm actually going to taper this now, because that will make getting that out later even easier. It doesn't really need to be structural. As long as the bolt holds, just makes the supports easier to take out. And that is that. Save, export. Replace. This is kind of a stupid hack, but it'll work. Add and stop bot. Supports. Add. Oops. I always do that backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And start slicing. Yes, I want the sports. Preview. Well, close preview. You know what I can get rid of is the brim. Because I don't normally use a brim. Platform. I want a skirt. Save. Slice. Yes. Preview. 42 minutes. And that looks just peachy. Export to disk. Save. Replace. Yes. Go to the Pumpkin King. Prints. Get rid of this one. I don't need the speaker bounce thingy anymore either because I'm not bouncing any more speakers because those they work, but they didn't hold well. I got to redesign them. G code. Whoops, not data. G code. Open. And print. And I guess I'm going to kill the stream. Yep. The sophisticated way to say I screwed it up and I have to redo it. Yes. I screwed it up. But it's a minor screw up. Minor setback. But anyways, I'm going to kill it. And in about an hour, just short of an hour, Mr. Chris Riley will be live streaming, I don't know, something he's doing. He's always doing something with something on something to do with something. Some kind of 3D printing. I think he's building another printer or something. I don't know. He's always doing something. And he's fun to watch. My impersonation of Chris Riley. You ever notice that? He does that. His hands on his desk and he does this a lot. Yeah, I think in like an hour. Mr. Chris Riley. Let's see if it shows up. 3D Printing Nerd just uploaded something. Let's see what's in the subscriptions. Where is it? I know it's there. I just saw it this morning. Let's look it up. Chris Riley. Videos. I just saw it there too. See, I don't get it because it was just there a second ago. See right here, set reminder. FL Sun Q5. So share. Copy. This will be the Chris Riley stream in what? 43 minutes. There you go. If you want to just click on it, you can watch Mr. Riley in his basement because he's a basement troll. No. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to kill it. Oh, I didn't have shared screen on, did I? Oh, well. I thought I had shared screen on. You could see all that YouTube-y crap I was doing. But anyways, there's the link. You can go watch it. And I'm out. Later.